Raiders, Patriots, week 1, Raider Nation. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
What is up, Raider Nation? CT from Real Men Are Raiders, and I am ready for Raiders football. I am ready, baby. Yes, it's been a great offseason. Super hyped that this is finally where it counts. We finally get to see it all 4 quarters, not just a couple drives. We get to see what Pete Carroll, John Spytek, and all our new rookies and all our new players, what they're going to bring to this team. And in case you guys haven't heard, one of the new players that we did just get was an old player, and now he's gone again. Amari Cooper decided he wanted to retire, and I think it's more about he found out that his name and his veteran status, at least that's what I think, wasn't gonna catapult him on this depth chart. I thought maybe he thought he was going to come in and maybe be in a better position than these rookies. And I'm glad Pete Carroll actually, studied him while he was there and put him where he felt he belonged, which is probably like a backup, a third or a fourth. And he probably didn't like it. He probably knew he wasn't going to get a lot of playing time. Don't really know what the incentives on his contract were, so he probably felt he wasn't going to hit those. Who knows? But I'm glad it happened before the season starts as opposed to him quitting on us during the season and during the game. So it left us in kind of a tough spot a few days before the game, but we're probably just going to reach down to like Bachman or Shedrick Jackson from the practice squad and just kind of see what they can do for now. I wouldn't doubt it if we do draft. I wouldn't doubt it if we do sign some type of wide receiver from another practice squad, another veteran, maybe a free agent. I don't really know what free agents are out there right now, but just spitballing, I think I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt them bringing someone else in. As long as they don't bring in another quarterback, I'm good. But talking about the game, the report came out that said that Christian Gonzalez wasn't going to be in the game on Sunday, so he's going to be missing his home opener / season opener for the Patriots. And I don't wish injury upon anybody, but that's a good look for us because we're kind of struggling right now in the wide receiver area. Amari Cooper leaving, so we're gonna have a lot of rookies or a lot of people that are kind of untested, I guess you could say, in real games, and we'll see what happens. But I think more so our defense is really going to have to step up. I'm not really worried about Josh McDaniels and his offense. It is an NFL team. They are professionals. It's more Drake Maye. They got Stephon Diggs. He looked really good in some of the videos I've seen of him online. So uh, I really think our defense has to step up. Our corners, our linebackers, the coverage has to be, it has to be good. It has to be really good. That was one of the problems we had in preseason, and it just seemed like the linebackers were just like a step or two behind. They were giving up those little easy pockets and coverage just a little bit too easy, like they were just letting it be seen too easy. So I really want them to step up a little bit and really show that, that they have what it takes to be on this team and to prove all of us wrong, because a lot of the fans, a lot of critics, a lot of sports analysts are really drilling against our defense. Our defensive line, they're praising, but once you get to the linebackers, once you get to the corners, it's kind of like up in the air. So with the length and the speed and the size that we have, like I'm kind of expecting a lot out of the secondary, out of the cornerbacks, the safeties and everything like that. So I really want to see the defense play a really good game, and manage the Patriots and their time of possession and everything like that. We can't you have a like 3rd and 14 and have them get the first down, like 3, 4, 5 times a game. So I really think our defense needs to step up, and I'm just excited, man. I'm excited to see what this team's finally going to do. A whole full game. It's not preseason. It's not just a couple of drives. And I really want to see what these rookies are going to do. I'm really excited about Genty and Thornton. If Gents could get going and that helps out Geno in the play action because Geno's really good out the play action. And if Dante Thornton can use that speed and they don't double him right away, he's gonna get downfield. But even if they double him, we still got Bowers, and if they double Bowers, we got Genty, and we still got Jacoby Myers. Like they're gonna have to really pick and choose so who they're gonna want to double team, and if not, what defense they're gonna call. But I think a lot of it really depends on Ashton Genty, the running game, really getting going early in the game and staying consistent. If he can get, like at least like 4 or 5 yards of carry, I think that's gonna be great. I see him getting at least like a touchdown or two. I want to see Dante Thornton get in there for a touchdown. That would be great. And everybody, Bowers, if we can get everybody involved, just spread the love around, spread the ball around, and really show that this offense has weapons. We just need depth. Like these players are going to get tired on long drives, especially if we're running the ball good. So they're going to have to block. It's a physical game, and they're going to have to really step it up. In this first game, because the depth really isn't there right now for the wide receivers. So I'm really excited. I want to see a great game. As far as everything that we've seen before in the past, it's been rocky, it's been shaky. Us as Raider fans have always been really excited about the season starting, and Antonio Pierce as a head coach, and I was excited for Pierce as a head coach too, but then we got Minshew, and then we got Luke Getsy, and it started falling apart towards the end. It started falling apart. Like a lot of people didn't want to be kind of tied to Antonio Pierce in his first run as a head coach. Cliff Kingsbury, he said, I'm out. He went over to the Commanders, and look at what they did. So I think everything happens for a reason. Pete Carroll, he got a history of winning. You've seen him in his press conference. He's already saying, I'm used to winning. I'm used to winning 10 plus games a season, so I'm not going to sit here and say that we're going to try our best to win. He's like, we're going to win, and we're going to use everybody that we have to do that. And that's exactly what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear. I want to hear, they're going to go out there and they're going to play. They're going to play their asses off. They're going to try as hard as they can to go out there and really, really show up for this regime, because, and I'm not saying we're going to make the playoffs this year, but I don't see it as it's not impossible. A lot of crazy things happen during the season. Players get hurt. As long as we can stay healthy and we can take care of us, not worry about anybody else, and just whatever comes our way, it comes, and we just take care of it. I really think, we can win, 9-10 games. Everybody sees us going 500. And even if we go 500, it's better than last year. So that's an improvement. I could see us making the playoffs next year, adding better players at the positions that we need them in, through the draft, through free agency, through whatever. If we go out there and show out this year, I don't see why we can't be in the playoffs in a year or two, and hopefully Super Bowl, and like by like year 3 or 4. So I'm excited, man. Raiders football is back. Are you ready, Raider Nation? I'm ready. I can't wait, Raider Nation. Game's about to start soon. We are less than a couple hours away from the game, and I'm excited, man. I can't wait for Raiders football. I hope you guys are excited. Drop a like down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the game. Let me know who you guys think is going to get the first touchdown. Who do you guys think is going to have multiple touchdowns? Who's going to be the MVP of the game? Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comments below. You already know. CT, Real Men Are Raiders. Raider Nation, I love you guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you guys after the game.